I want to see you like chopping some wood with him or something. Like
yeah, like, and I'm just like wearing like cool like Detroit hipster attire or something like that.
I mean,
would yours be the naked one?
I would love to. Like,
hello and welcome to part 2 of the Content Creator Confessions. Where we are going through questions and more like spitfire round energy of just all the topics that you could ever imagine, and maybe one will really hit home for you and you'll get a lot out of it. So
I like it.
But we were talking about previously about personal lives and sharing things on social media, but to get more into like the nitty gritty like technical stuff, do you edit your own content like 100%?
Yes.
See, I do mine too.
Yeah. Have you ever worked with an editor?
In the content space, no, but I have worked with other people to give people kind of like more like well-rounded strategy, I guess, of it. I have had people on my team to help with other stuff.
Yeah.
So that it enabled me to have more time to do content.
Yeah, for sure.
Because time is the most valuable resource.
Baby.
Time is money, baby.
Yeah.
You did at one point, right?
Yeah, I've worked with editors before. And honestly, nothing wrong. Like, they've done a great job. But I just feel like, you know, creating videos, videos are my medium. That's my artistic, that's how I communicate.
Yeah.
And so they didn't feel like me. I think hiring a video editor is great if you are more of like a business owner who knows you need to create content versus a content creator at your core who happens to have made a business out of it. Like, I think there's two different sides of it, and I think I'm the second one. Even if that means I'm going to be a little bit less efficient and therefore maybe like make a little bit less money, I'm going to feel more fulfilled if I'm able to communicate in my way versus outsourcing it.
We actually covered this in a past episode that if people want to watch after this one, I highly suggest you do to add to this question, because we talked about managers and things like that. And I had touched on that a lot of people, like when they end up becoming actors or singers, end up giving that role to like a family member or a friend. Because it's somebody that understands them fully. I think in the video content creation space, you kind of have to have a similar vibe of you think it's easy to explain like how you edit and like what your style is and what kind of emotion you're maybe trying to evoke. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And it's not easy for someone to pick up on all those nuances. But the people that like big creators, I feel like I've heard them say that they've worked with the same person for like years.
Yeah.
In order for them to actually understand their style and everything that they like doing.
Totally.
In that sense. So I think you also need to make the investment.
Yeah.
If you plan to go that route.
What do you edit your shorts with?
I actually use CapCut, which Instagram just came out with its own version. Edits.
Do you like it?
I tried a little bit on one video. I didn't like it as much, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know that it has some cool features that I just need to use more probably. And you know, with the CapCut, I could edit it with one hand.
Yeah.
Because I know everything so well. Like, and I do a similar style video sometimes.
Yep.
That like I know exactly what to do and I can get it done ASAP.
Yeah.
But I do want to use edits just because I think there is going to come a time where maybe the algorithm favors videos exported with edits a little bit more. Because CapCut was kind of doing that with TikTok a little bit. So yeah, I just use it on my phone. And sometimes I'll use like microphones and stuff for more enhanced audio experience. But besides that, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I gained 100,000 followers in a year by just using an iPhone 11. That's all I used.
All right.
That's the only technology I had.
Name one thing you wish you knew when you were first starting out.
Ooh. I would say in addition to the content side and now being like the paid content creator space and being an entrepreneur, small business owner, it's the emotional side. Like in corporate, I was emotional over corporate things.
Yeah.
To where like that was really hard, like being overworked was really hard. But I would say that the other side, we have this freedom we talked about in the last episode in the part 1, how like I love the freedom of being my own boss.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of emotion that comes with the ebbs and flows of finances.
Yeah.
Having to take every email is at you, for you, and you have to respond versus there being more of a team that you can kind of like
Yeah.
lean on a little bit. So I think that being solo was the hardest.
Yeah.
I did not expect that to be a part of the entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my advice for my younger self would be to make more friends, to do more networking, like that you can't do it alone. Like, yes, on paper, I do it alone and that I edit all my own stuff and I blah, 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 blah. But like, it is a lot easier, even just by like knowing people. It's not like, oh, this other creator is like editing my videos for me, but she might be able to recommend an event that I go to or
a video editing platform.
Yeah, or recommend me for a brand deal. Like that happens to me all the time. When I get a brand deal that's not aligned, I suggest other creators. I put their names down, you know?
I recommended one and they got it.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So yeah, it makes things a lot easier, but also easier for that mental, emotional load. Like it's so much nicer to have somebody who understands what you're doing, you can go to, than just sulking and feeling like a failure by yourself.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like you don't have to be paying someone to be on your team to help you. Like having you just like for a phone call on certain situations saved me so much stress.
Yeah, and collaborations, like those have always been some of my favorite types of content, even if they don't perform as well. Like like interviews I've done, this whole project like is like such a light and such a fun part of my job. And whenever I've collaborated with people for, whatever, speaking or hosting or whatever, it's like, it's just a lot more fun and it brings it to life, I would say.
Yeah, it does. It adds a lot more color and makes you feel like you have that team. Because like that is, I remember when I worked corporate, I was like, it's so cool that I have this team to like rely on.
Yeah.
Of people that I can go talk to about a task and ask a supervisor how to solve it better maybe. There's a lot of good things there.
Yeah.
Is there any change that you would make to your content like going forward? Any big changes you would like to make?
I always say my dream is to become a lifestyle creator. I have no idea how these people are doing it. Like, is my lifestyle not desirable to you?
I just thought about travel creators and I said the same thing to somebody. I go, because I just did the 2-week thing in Japan a couple months ago. And I was like, travel creators, I don't know how you do it because I was like so ready to come home and decompress and like re-get my life together.
Yeah.
Because traveling for 2 weeks, I felt so not dysregulated, like I was emotionally sound, but like not uncomfortable, but I don't know how to word it.
Yeah.
Like, I needed that home
for sure
refresh, essentially.
See, my thing isn't so much in creating the content. Like I could do that all day long. I just don't know how they build a following doing that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like people don't care about my life. And like the people who watch this probably are the ones who do. So I love you guys. Thank you. But like I don't know how people build like 1 million follower YouTube channels just talking about juices and Pilates.
Yes.
But I want to do that. Like
I think it's because this is not meant to be bad in any kind of way. But I do think you have to cut a slice of the pie that is your soul.
Yeah.
To share it.
Yeah.
In order to break down that wall.
Yeah.
To where people, like there's this one guy that I actually went to college with. His content, he is like 100% himself.
Yeah.
Super big, 1 million followers on here, super successful.
Yep.
But like he is sharing a part of his life that I am just not comfortable sharing right now. Maybe as I get older, I'll care less, and you're gonna get just like
everything.
my life, like look at like my life on the D list.
Yeah,
Kathy Griffin, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah,
Paris, Nicole and Paris, Simple Life.
Yeah,
like all these old time reality shows. Those people definitely had to, maybe not like Paris and Nicole as much. And we just talked about how they're Kardashians. We don't really feel like we know them.
Yeah.
They definitely still had to share a part of their soul, not just a slice, in order to get it.
Yeah.
And I think that mixed with maybe some other things, like some people that do that, they look like famous people.
Yeah.
Like there's this one girl that literally looks like Kylie Jenner, but she's not.
Yeah.
Obviously, she can just probably make lifestyle content and people are going to be interested because she looks like her.
Yeah. But
like, I don't know.
I do think I just anecdotally like notice, even still, even though I'm not a viral lifestyle creator, my more personal content is performing better is not the word I would use because raw numbers, no, it's not performing better, but I think it's performing deeper. It's resonating more.
Yep.
It's building more of a community because of AI, right? People can go to ChatGPT and find out how to create a social media strategy step by step. They don't need to watch Latasha James say that anymore.
Yeah.
Slash, even before AI, it's like, it's a very transactional type of content. It's like, cool, got what I needed. Somebody literally, okay, this was a comment that did hurt me before.
going back to the,
yeah, going back to the last episode.
That hurt you.
Somebody was like, yeah, I got what I needed from your channel, so I just don't, I don't come back here anymore. Like, I got what I needed. And I was like, dang, like you didn't have to say that out loud.
Yeah.
Like, it's so transactional. And whereas lifestyle content is you're developing a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting anything from them or like looking for an answer. I just want to like live life with them. And so that is my dream, honestly, to do that. I don't know if I would go full 100%. Like my content is always going to have a business angle because I'm a person in business, right? But I do want to do more personal content and rely a little bit less on the 5 hacks to go viral on blah, blah, blah. And I have already made that shift. I'm sure people have noticed. Like, I don't do as much of that, like, SEO content.
Yeah. I feel like, just getting more personal, I think is the key there. The biggest key. Because, like, especially with, like, AI coming around, it's like, are you going to be people's friend or are you going to be regurgitating info? Because if you are not, it was really, one thing I do find that I had talked about in one of the previous questions, how like I don't get that personal.
Yeah.
But I will say that there's been a couple times lately where I'll see people who are fans of my content and they'll like talk to me, and I do talk to them the same as I talk to my friends.
Yeah.
And we have a good time.
Right.
We have a good little chat.
Right.
And I always feel really good about that because I'm like, maybe I am. My therapist always said, like, I was like, I don't know why people watch my content, to be honest, like over other stuff. Over other things and give me that time of their time. And he was like, I think you're really personable.
Yeah.
And I think that's like something you like. I don't think I can understand my own personableness.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone. I think it's really hard.
You
for
live
people
with
to
yourself,
understand.
so it's hard to.
And you're surrounded by people who know you. Like you've known me for like 8 or 9 years at this point. I got my husband who like knows me really well, and like things aren't so different to him. It's just me. So I think that's a big difference.
Yeah.
And maybe that's like where our future holds. Maybe me and you are just going to get more personal as time goes on, and then we will become lifestyle creative.
Yeah.
But I think you do need that magic. I mean, like, can I just say something really funny?
Yeah.
Speaking of like being personal, Megan Stalter is having a moment. She's especially having a moment in the queer community, I think, of like, she was the hi gay, if anyone knows the trend on TikTok.
Okay.
But she's actually like getting famous now and like has a whole show on Netflix and all this other stuff. She went on Brittany Broski's podcast. And Brittany Broski was like, so the Washington Post called you a loudmouth bisexual. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Like I cracked up. And like that is personal to her.
Yeah.
She is bisexual.
Right.
And like that's revealing so much about herself.
Yeah.
In like the first 5 minutes of this podcast.
Right.
Versus like, maybe there's a comfort level. Maybe there's just like, there's no need.
Yeah.
Maybe we just don't feel the need to do that as much right now.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, we'll get more and people will enjoy that more.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe that's the secret to beat AI.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there too.
I think
of like
so.
more you.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Oh, this one's a really fun one. What company or collab would be, I'm actually really curious about this, your dream one, because I feel like right now you've had this moment with your content that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I'm curious of what it looks like now.
Some people aren't going to like this one. PETA.
Oh.
People for the ethical treatment of animals. And I know, they do some wacky stuff sometimes. Okay, but this is, for those who don't know, I'm vegan. I've been vegetarian since I was like 12. I got influenced early on at Warped Tour and the punk rock, subculture that I was in to become vegetarian. And I remember Pamela Anderson. We all know her, right? I had no idea who she was. I knew her as the PETA lady because she would do PETA ads. I don't know if I should have been looking at this at 12, but they were specifically called I don't know if they do this specific one anymore, but it was called I Would Rather Go Naked Than Wear Fur. And so, she's like the sex symbol. And so she'd be posing nude, like obviously covered, like implied nude.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, she's just like some pretty PETA lady. I didn't know that she was like an actor and like, yeah. But like, I put her actually one of those ads on my vision board like last year. It would be my dream to do like that type of a campaign.
What would it kind of like
for
look
PETA.
like?
I mean,
would yours be the naked one?
I would love to do like that. I tell every man that I get in a serious relationship with, I'm like, just so you know, you have to be cool with me going naked rather than wearing fur if the opportunity presents. Like, I'm just letting you know, I'm not like, you know, a baddie, like posting like.
I think it says a lot about you as a person. So
because I think it's a genius campaign because it, you know, uses like the power of being a sex symbol for good, and not I'm not trying to sound judgy. Doing it for whatever reason can be good, but like for a cause, I think it's like a firefighter.
I mean, you and I are obsessed with like branding and marketing. And it's like an amazing marketing idea.
It's like the firefighter calendars. You know, they always do the sexy firefighter calendars, and they sell them to earn money for the fire department. It's like the same vibe of PETA. So that would be like a dream collab for me. And definitely just more things that are like do good and support causes that I believe in. I think is where my brain is at. Obviously for like, I don't know, for like the money of it all and like the clout of it all. I think those brands come and go. I don't know that there's one that I'm like, oh my gosh, I would die if they called. I think it's more mission based is like where my head is at.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. I think I I almost like don't want to share it, but I'm gonna share it.
Do it.
Like I don't. Some brands, it's not gonna make sense to a lot of people, but most of the time when they reach out, like we just talked about, like rates and things like that, sometimes a small business comes across my email.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, they're really nice. They're really personable. They're very like, oh my gosh, I watched this video of yours, watched that video. We can't offer much, but would you like just like a little like $100 gift card to come in and shop and do a video for us?
Yeah.
And like most of the time, like I'll like make it on my clock, you know, I'll like kind of put those stipulations in. Yeah. Like, well, you know, like I got to do it this time, you know, or like whatever, I got to fit in my schedule this way. But it makes me feel really good to do that and just help a bunch of small businesses. And what's nice too is like it kind of just fits in again with like being more mission kind of based with it.
Exactly.
But I'll be honest too, in the non-mission side of it, going into being a Michigan content creator, there's a lot of like big Midwest brands out there that like you always picture with Midwest energy, I guess. And this year has been the year of working with some of like you just don't expect an email coming from Myers, like things like that. And I've had like did 2 videos with them, and they were great, and they were great to work with. Or Jets Pizza, like these are things that are super Midwest, but like somebody actually commented on my Jets paid collab. Speaking of positive comments, even though we talked about negative ones, somebody was like, oh my gosh, you've got Jets Pizza as a brand collab. You are like rocking it. You've made it. Like you have made it in Midwest content creation. And I'm like, honestly, I feel that way. Like had dreams of like being a content creator. I did not expect to be getting like these big Midwest brands.
I'm sorry, that was had dreams of being a
I know. Like,
since I was a little child.
I was a little child, I've always wanted to be a content.
What that I could totally see for you. I'm gonna manifest this for you if you're interested in it. Like imagine that Michigan guy Carhartt collab. You know, like if you design some things or something.
That would be amazing. That would be awesome. Also, this is not really collab related. I would love to host a show on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Like be a host for a show.
Yeah.
I'm kind of putting it in this. I did have this be a situation prior. It didn't actually work out, but I saw a vision for myself of being somebody who's like a brand ambassador for the day.
Yeah.
Like this one brand, it didn't end up picking me, but they were like, hey, we'll like pay you and like, have you come out to just represent us.
That's cool.
At this conference kind of vibe and like be like the spokesperson.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I like the brand. So then I was like, oh, that'd be cool. It kind of gets into the MCing kind of vibe. Like, I think I would love to do that space.
We should talk about TV at some point because I think you and I have both had like some experiences. Like I've had so many like almost castings and things like that.
I've had some sparks.
I don't know if we could talk about this in more depth.
That'd be fun. Yeah, we'll save that for a episode.
But maybe something TV related, but it would have to really be the right thing for me.
Yes.
Like in terms
especially
of
nowadays,
collaborations. Yeah.
Especially in the world of AI where they can like make anything with your face.
Yep.
That'd be kind of weird to like
have
all that content that you don't own.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
What other creator do you admire / want to work with? Besides Latasha James.
Latasha James.
Just kidding.
Oh my gosh. I don't think the Michigan space is relatively new.
Yeah.
Like the Michigan Midwest content creator space is relatively new. I think that I don't know them personally at all, and I know nothing about them, but Charlie Barron's, he's like a huge Midwest content creator. I think it'd be super fun. He gets so many views on anything, and when they make their skits, him and his friend, I'm like, that's exactly like the vibe I think of with some of my skits as well.
Yeah.
So I think collaboratively we would make a really good fit. And he's kind of more like your like straight butch kind of Midwest vibe, and I'm a little bit on the more like fun, frilly side of things. So I think it'd be very fun to do a video about that contrast of like two types of Michiganders, you know, or something like that. And like he's like all about hunting and beers, and I'm just like, I'm about like city living, the cocktails, like or like mocktails.
I want to see you like chopping some wood with him or something. Like
I
spent a day with Charlie Barron,
and I'm just wearing like. And I'm just like wearing like cool like Detroit hipster attire or something like that. Like what? Because like I do like camping a little bit, but I'm nowhere near like his level of probably like roughing it kind of vibe.
Yeah.
What about for you?
Honestly, it's hard. Like I feel like what I do is like different in some ways. Like I can't really think of like one person who I'm like, wow, we would make like an awesome video. Like collab videos aren't really
maybe
like
just someone maybe like in like that you admire, that you like, or like that because I feel like you talk about a lot of creators by name on this podcast.
Yeah.
So I feel like
none of them are related to what I do, but like so some of my favorite creators, I love Mikkel Jancy. I've talked about her a lot. Yeah. She's one of my favorite vloggers. I watch Tara Michelle is another one of my favorite vloggers. She's a Canadian vlogger. Estee, I guess she would be like a big dream for me. Like if I could get like an interview, if for some reason Estee Lalonde was in Detroit, like come to the studio, girlfriend. I would love to interview you. Or if I'm in London, I think she's had like these creators that have had really long careers. And went through multiple like evolutions, and she's a business owner as well. I would love to interview her. I would also love to interview Justine, like people like that. I think, maybe that's how I'd look at it, as like dream interviews.
Yeah, or even like looking at something like you said, some people were in the same space, but maybe like think about it like with my idea of like almost like being like, we're opposites.
Yeah,
like, here's like the collab we have, or like here's the fun we had,
for sure,
kind of vibe. You know what's really funny about that though too is like I thought about it with like Michigan folks, and I got to do. No, I don't care how anyone feels about things politically. I got to do a video with the governor.
Yeah,
that was crazy to me.
That's cool.
And then I got to do a second one.
Yeah,
and they both did amazing because everyone like loved. They're like, this creator got to work with the governor. Like, what world is this in the like the highest political position in a state? Like their team is like, we'd love to work, like do a collab with you. Like
for sure.
Amazing. So
that
was cool.
Politics is getting a lot more savvy to that, you know, like both administrations, our last two administrations, have like invited creators to the White House for different things, and you know, like I don't know, some
you have to be really decisive about it, because
for sure.
I've been reached out to many a time of like, or even like they'd be like, hey, they want to come and talk about their values. I'm like, if I ever brought them on, I don't want them talking about anything political. I want to hear about who they are as a person. That's all. Yeah. And that's where like I don't like it when the political space like tries to like get you on the campaign. Yeah, you know what I mean? Kind of vibe. Like I'm just a citizen.
Yeah, for sure.
So the last one we talked about negative comments, and I think we've kind of touched on this a little bit. But what?
Sorry, I just realized you're like
that's good.
Halfway on camera.
It's a little bit of like the tea, I guess, section of like what kind of content, if there is any, that you hate. And hate's a strong word, but I think
TikToks.
we need
not yours, but in general, yes.
Yes.
I hate short form content.
Really?
In general, again,
I know. No, I know. It's just fascinating.
Yeah, it's not Like
I respect anything you say.
I feel like somebody asked me that recently, actually. I don't remember. I know.
I'm like, I respect anything you say.
I don't remember where I was asked this, but somebody was like, how does your friend feel about the fact that you always talk about how much you hate TikTok? I was like, obviously I support, like, if you were like, this is really important to me, like, please send it to me, honestly, because I don't scroll TikTok or Instagram.
No, I think you either like it or you don't. I don't think there's
like just like I wouldn't be offended if you're like, yeah, I don't want to watch your hour and a half long podcast interview. I like, not everyone's into that. I 100% get that. But yeah, I really don't like overall in general short form content, because I think it's, especially for in my like space, I'll make a clip of this podcast. I guarantee you. And somebody's gonna be like, well, actually, or well, what about this? If I say, you know, I like Cheetos. I don't even eat Cheetos. I'm vegan, but I like Cheetos. They're like, well, what about Doritos? I'm like, well, in the next 30 seconds, I said I also like Doritos, but this is the clip. So like, I call it clip culture.
Yeah.
You know, like people get outraged by me saying one thing, but I probably addressed it with far more nuance in the entire episode, but you're only listening to 10 seconds. And honestly, you're only listening to 5 seconds of that 10-second clip. And so now everyone's, you know, and so a lot can get taken out of context, I think. So I don't like that.
Do you see a lot of comedy content? Because I'm just cracking up over my content 24/7.
No, I don't. Again, I don't really scroll.
Right.
The only short form, I will say Facebook Reels gets me, because I get on Facebook and I don't know, like, and those ones are, I do like shopping Reels. Like they'll be like, oh, here are like the best things for your office or the best things at whatever store this week. And then I also get a lot of like psychology type things, like, hey, if you're dating somebody with avoidant attachment style, here's blah blah. Or if you
handle that,
or if you,
I get some of those too.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Relationship stuff.
Those are interesting to me, but I don't really see a lot of like creator driven content. And like most of those like psychology ones are like just like stock footage and stuff.
Yes.
Like they're not usually like a face to
No, it's like
camera.
a voiceover with like like stock videos and stuff. I feel like you've been hurt by short form content.
I'm traumatized.
And everyone out there needs to be nicer too in the comments. No, I feel like you are on a certain side of like short form that I've not been on too much, because I think that literally everything, because that's why I remember specifically liking Instagram more, is I was scrolling on Reels. I don't know what I'm feeding it, but it like Paul and I will be talking about something. My husband will, for anyone listening, and I'll see a video that makes fun of something about what we talked about. Even if it's like, we're like arguing about something in a relationship, it'll be a video about like a couple arguing about the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in an AI simulation, to be honest. But it's so funny and it's so spot on. And I think that's why people like my Michigan stuff, because like I just did a video that's like 100,000 views on TikTok in 2 days already. And I was at Great Lakes Crossing. Yeah. And I bet that's pretty like meta in the sense of like they feel like they're in a dream, like a world that's just for them. Yeah. When they see content from like the mall that they shop at that has like 9,000 plus likes. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For sure. There's that like familiarity. I'm like,
there's that familiarity. It's that specialness. But in terms of content that I hate, it's just when I feel like someone's like heart and soul's not in it. I honestly, those videos tend to not do well. So I feel like I tend to not see content that I hate. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, the algorithm doesn't, because the videos that do the best are ones where people weren't expecting it. They thought a lot about it. Yeah. They're trying to be funny or insightful, and they have something really funny to say, or there's something about it that has a spark. So I feel like rarely do I see content that I don't like.
That's a good point. 100%. I thought of something else though too. Yeah. This one might offend some people too.
I feel like I didn't get deep enough, so I'm curious what you're gonna say. So maybe it'll open up something for me.
I also don't like reused content, I guess, or like basic, you know, the accounts that more or less just download somebody else's like TikTok, and then maybe they'll do like a 1 second like, hey guys, check this out, and then they like, I feel like that's stealing, or like what do they call like aggregating accounts or whatever, well it'll be an Instagram account and they just repost everything that, I don't know, Mariah Carey posted, I don't know, just a random like, I guess if it's like that was a bad example, the Mariah Carey thing, because I guess that could be like a fan account, but if it's like digital marketing curation and you download a bunch of other people's
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't like that.
I totally understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah, that's
Of,
like a
I've seen
curated account.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like start a Pinterest board. Like give those people credit. I think
Yeah,
that's
like,
stealing.
yeah, because some of those ones, especially for like celebrities, like they'll be like just sharing things that the celebrity does. That's different, even
Yeah.
actually, because like
It's
they're
like a
grabbing
fan.
things that people probably haven't seen before,
Yeah.
and really trying to like seek out fresh stuff
Yeah.
versus like just curating other people's
Yeah.
stuff. But I guess people that's like a museum curates other people's art, I guess.
Yeah,
and
but they have to
showcases
pay the
it.
artist
Yeah, that's
to
true.
rent
That-
it and
they do
stuff.
buy the- yeah,
and
you're
promote
right.
the artist and
They have to
get
pay
the
them.
artist to write a little placard about it. You know, it's to
True.
me it's just
There's a lot more rules
stealing.
that set in play.
Yeah. I
Um,
think it's lazy. I'm sorry.
No,
offense.
it is a little
Full
bit.
offense.
It's your lazy person's way of being a content
Yeah.
creator, I think a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is the only little bit of drama that I'll get in. I do the content that I hate. Now, steal like an artist. It's a book. Check it out.
Yeah.
Obviously, all art is created from other stuff. I've even seen a video and be like, maybe I'll do something similar, but I'll make it my own.
Yeah.
The person, there's people I know, maybe one in particular. You're never gonna watch this, so I'm gonna speak directly to you. But don't just take a video I make and the same day do the exact same structure for the video as well.
Yeah.
And it did well, of course,
Yeah.
because it's a great structure.
Right.
So like copying other people's stuff, just make sure you do it and make it your own.
Yeah.
Even if you like actively just think, how can I make this with my own little spin? Even if it's just 2 seconds
Yeah.
of it, 3 seconds of it. And granted, maybe that person thought they were doing the same thing. So I'm
Yeah.
not like holding it against them per se.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I guess it's in that same light of
Yeah.
like content that you're not like being creative.
Yeah.
And I think that in general, if you want a future in content creation, I mean, if you're just doing it for fun, sure, go
Yeah.
for it. But I know this person also goes for brand deals and makes it a part of their living.
Mhm.
Just know that if you do end up just like, and they have amazing ideas on their own too, so they're doing great. But just know that if you constantly copy, then you're not really gonna have a future.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like
you
that.
have
In
to
the
be
end,
creative. You have
Yeah.
to think on your feet. You have
Years
to be
down the line,
resourceful.
it's
to
not gonna work.
make it. Yeah.
So
Okay, what about the last question?
What is
Are we going to answer that one?
yeah,
Have you ever had to deal with cancel culture, and if so, how?
Yes, and I think it is tied a little bit with those negative comments.
Shorts are like riding up. It looks like I have no pants on.
Well,
Sorry
you
about
did-
that and the crooked painting,
Well,
guys.
this is also the PETA ad that we were talking about.
Yeah, by the way. I got it. I got the brand deal.
I think it in the light of like doing some brand deals and people saying like, oh, get your coin, do all this
Yeah.
other stuff. That is a little bit of the cancel culture.
Mhm.
I think cancel culture is a little bit a thing of the past though.
Yeah.
I think going forward, people are realizing more and more, like even people getting like, you have like this, we'll talk about the CEO that just got, caught a Coldplay concert, like with that. That's technically content, I guess you could say yourself. And he was canceled for it, has to relieve his position. So did the person that was with him. And so like, I think that kind of cancel culture exists where it's like legit.
Yeah.
But I think the cancel culture of just like somebody, I don't know, doing a bad brand deal. I mean,
Yeah.
it still exists, but I think that people are only canceling for good reason these days.
Hmm.
I believe a little bit, at least the ones that I've seen. They're like the major ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say I have. I'm sure that there are people who do not watch me anymore because I have not been more overt about like politics or whatever. I remember this is like back in 2020, somebody dared to come at me for apparently not posting a black square in June 2020.
Oh, yes. I remember that one.
I shut that down really quick
Mhm.
because first of all, I'm black. I'm half black. You don't get to tell people
No.
like, I'm sorry, you don't get to, and this was not a fellow black person who was saying this
Yeah.
to me. This was a non-black person saying, why don't you use your platform to speak up and post a black square?
That's so rude.
Check your privilege.
Yes.
Like that is like exactly why
Like, I
this
have
whole
lived
movement is
my
that-
life.
Yes.
as
I am a black
like, I
square.
am a black square. I'm
Yeah.
a walking black
Yes.
square.
Also,
Oh my gosh.
where were you in, I don't know, 2014 or whatever, when I actually was marching before it was trendy,
Mhm.
when Trayvon Martin got killed? Not to be like,
Yeah.
but I don't play that. Like, you
I think
don't.
check your privilege is a good tip for
Yeah.
anybody. Like, because privilege can run in so many different ways.
I just saw it. Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid, they're Palestinian, they're half Palestinian, and somebody was coming at Gigi saying, "Why aren't you speaking up more? Why are you coming at the actual Palestinian person about that?"
Yeah.
And telling them what to do when also she has, like,
Right.
you know, so that's what I don't like, is like, you don't really know people's lives and stories. You don't know how people feel.
Yeah.
Like, if it is 100% important that the creators you support are speaking up loudly and proudly about politics, that is fair.
Yeah.
But you don't have to harass. Then just stop just unsubscribe and follow the people who are.
Yeah.
I don't think bullying people into doing it, you're going to get them to do it for a performative reason, or you're going to get yourself in trouble and, you know, talk to the wrong person about it. So that, I would say I witnessed that, and I have experienced that a little bit. Like I said, in June 2020, I was like, seriously? But yeah, I'm sure there's people who don't follow me because I'm not like, oh my gosh, like, here's who I voted for. But I also think, one, I'm always willing to have those conversations. If somebody genuinely was like, hey, what do you think? Whatever. I'm always happy to have those one-on-one conversations. I don't think like I need to make these grand proclamations. And I also think it should be pretty obvious what I stand for.
Yeah.
Like if you use any sense of context clues, the people I surround myself with, the you know, values that I preach, all of that stuff.
It's just all about people thinking deeper into things.
Yeah.
Like, it's like with that case with you, maybe thinking about your other content that you make. Oh, she probably does. She mentioned this in a video. If there's someone who actually watches it you know, pretty often, like, she probably feels this type of way, and it probably would support X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And
or just ask me. If it's a make or break, ask me. That's fine.
Yeah. Why not ask versus
like harassing?
Scold.
Yes.
Like, that's like a weird thing too.
Yeah.
That just shows immaturity, though, I think, too.
It is. On the other hand, I think this is a whole topic too. I don't want to like get to whatever, but I do understand the like privilege of having an audience and using that for good. But I think at the end of the day, it comes down to the consumer, right? It's just like with the Amazon boycott. You're not telling you better speak up about this or you better change this. You're just saying, no, I don't want to shop there anymore because you don't support my values. I think that's the way to do it. And same with content creators. If you know a content creator doesn't align with your values, then just stop watching them. Don't bully them into doing it because they're not going to do it for like authentic reasons. Or they'll just do it so they can like keep their audience, you know? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really think that is effective personally.
Yeah, I think if people, I mean, what's funny is that when it comes to cancel culture, I do think about it sometimes, but with my content, like when I went into it, I know the advertising background. So I kind of said like, okay, let me not swear. Let me not be too, sharing, I guess, of like personal things. I think too, I'm somebody who's constantly getting new information and constantly like reassessing positions on things. So it'd be a lot for me to like say something in a video and then have that be like TikTok shows videos from 3 years ago that I was in. That what if that one kept coming up? You know what I mean? Even though I felt differently about it. Yeah. So it's like I almost like actively do that in my personal life versus other things. But what's really interesting is like if I do challenge everyone to just think deeper and even ourselves, I think about those types of situations, because when you get a little bit heated, then remember to dose it down and then also think like, oh, where are they coming from this? Because you actually might find more beautiful stuff. Like even in the case of, it's funny that you mentioned the Hadid sisters because they're Palestinian. Amelia Goldberg, Chicken Shop Date. Okay. She's Jewish. She had Bella Hadid on her show. Yeah. That was these two entities. Right. It just seems like a funny video. Yeah. But at the core of it, you're like, wow, that actually might make a difference in some type of way to peace. Yeah. You know, like of like in its own little unique way.
That's the thing. Not everybody, the loudest voices in the room on the internet want everything to be black or white, left or right, this or that. And the truth is, I'm not saying like giant human rights violation. Well, there's some middle ground. I'm not saying that, but like there's nuance to things and like people are going to take that out of context, I guess, but I'm not saying whatever. Like there's a lot of conversation that can be had. I think it can be more powerful. Like I said, if somebody genuinely is like, hey, Latasha, how do you feel about this? I'm only trying to follow people who I know align with my values. How do you feel about this? We can have a conversation. Or maybe my answer is, I don't know. I actually didn't know that was a thing. Educate me. Let me like have a normal human conversation instead of trying to like out me and like cancel culture me, you know?
They were just trying to get their power.
Yeah.
So too. Like,
exactly. So yeah, I would say that's the closest to it.
You're like, that's all.
Yeah. But no,
that's a lot. I think that ties in well with like even some other questions we had of the emotional side of it, things you have to think about. And all in all, just, if anyone has any more questions, like feel free to share your thoughts, your additional questions to these. I think we kind of like these just Spitfire videos, and it helps us cover a lot of different topics, get some tips out there in the meantime too for being a content creator, new, currently just thriving. Like we can all kind of help each other.
New, currently thriving. That was fun.
Currently thriving.
No, I agree. They're fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one.
Yes.
I'm really sorry about the crooked painting. I'm really insecure about it now. So if you've been staring at it the whole video, it's really hard to film yourself and do. So yeah, sorry. But okay. Thanks. Subscribe. Love you.
Subscribe. Bye. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.